We're going to take a look now at how to factor a difference of squares. A difference meaning we have a subtraction problem, and of squares meaning that the two things that we're subtracting are both perfect squares, meaning they can break down into two identical factors. The generic for this, a squared minus b squared, that will factor into two binomial factors, one of which will be a plus b and the other a minus b. So again, those two binomials, one of them will have addition, one of them will have subtraction. The first term, whatever the thing was that was being squared, becomes the first term of each binomial, and whatever thing was being squared here for the second term becomes the second term in each binomial. Looking at an example of that, like if I had x squared minus 16, that's a pretty basic example. Those are both perfect squares, and it is a difference. X squared is x times x. 16 is 4 times 4. So this should factor as x plus 4, x minus 4, like that. Something maybe a little more complex that might trip a few people up, I'll leave the formula up there for a second, would be maybe something like this. Maybe I had 25x squared minus 64y squared. So now I've got a couple different perfect squares again, but here I have coefficients with each one of them other than 1, and I have variables with each one of them. It's just a matter of recognizing what is being squared. What is the a that I speak of in this formula? 25x squared. What are the two identical factors that would multiply to give you 25x squared? Well, that would be 5x times 5x. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this for a second. This would be 5x squared minus, and 64y squared would be like 8y times 8y, for instance. So I could write that as 8y, that quantity, squared, like that. And now I can kind of see the same structure as this. It's just like this here where it has something squared minus something else squared. Here the something is 5x that's being squared. And here the something is 8y that's being squared. So if I wanted to follow this rule to factor this would be 5x plus 8y and 5x minus 8y, like so. Just a few examples of how to factor a difference of squares to maybe help you out as you proceed with some of these other problems.